Dr. Ksenia Novak, many people over 60 live with proteinuria without realizing it. A person feels more tired, starts to lose strength in the legs, notices that the urine is more foamy or that the body is taking longer to recover, but does not connect these signs to the kidneys. The thing is, proteinuria, which is the loss of proteins through the urine, is one of the most important warnings that the kidney is suffering. And what few people know is that what you drink every day can help protect the kidneys or can further accelerate the problem. The kidneys of those over 60 work at a different pace. They are more sensitive to high blood pressure, high blood sugar, inflammation, and lack of hydration. Because of this, some drinks that seem harmless end up overloading the kidneys and worsening while others help reduce inflammation, improve filtration, and restore stability to the body. In many cases, small changes in everyday drinks make a huge difference in well-being, energy, and even muscle strength. Today I will show you 3 drinks that truly help protect the kidneys and improve protein, and 3 that you should avoid as much as possible, especially if you already feel weakness, swelling, irregular blood pressure, or changes in urine. All in a simple, direct way, with explanations that make sense for the body of someone over 60. Before we begin, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. This helps this information reach more people who need to take care of kidney health and also strengthens our work. Proteinuria happens when the kidneys begin to let proteins escape that should remain inside the body. It is as if the kidney's natural filter becomes porous, allowing what is essential to maintain strong muscles, balanced immunity, and stable energy throughout the day to pass through. In younger people, this filter is usually firm and efficient, but after 60 it can become more sensitive, especially when there is high blood pressure, diabetes, chronic inflammation, or even frequent dehydration. When protein starts to leak into the urine, the body feels it. The person notices that they lose strength more easily, that the legs do not support as much weight, that a simple effort leaves the muscles more tired than it should. This happens because muscles depend on these proteins to stay firm. And when they are lost in the urine, the body gradually becomes weaker, without pain, without warning, without anything very obvious, but with signs that appear in daily life. Tiredness when walking, difficulty climbing stairs, lack of balance, and slow recovery after any effort. Another important point is that proteinuria is a silent alert that the kidney is working harder than it should. It becomes inflamed and stressed, and this causes the body to retain more fluid, increase blood pressure, and demand more from the heart. That is why many older adults begin to experience swelling, especially in the legs and feet, even when they think they are eating well. The good news is that there are simple, accessible, and natural drinks that help the kidneys filter better, reduce inflammation, and protect this very important filter. When you consciously choose what to drink, the kidneys work more calmly, proteinuria is reduced, and your body begins to regain energy and muscle function. The first drink that really helps those with proteinuria is warm water throughout the day. It may seem too simple to make a difference, but it is precisely this simplicity that makes warm water so effective. After 60, the kidney works more slowly and is more sensitive. And when you drink water that is too cold or in large amounts at once, the body takes longer to absorb it. Warm water, on the other hand, reaches the body more gently, hydrates more efficiently, and helps the kidney filter impurities without as much effort. When the kidney is inflamed or overloaded, the body needs constant hydration, not large volumes of water at isolated moments. Warm water improves circulation within the renal vessels, helps reduce fluid retention, and facilitates the elimination of toxins that could worsen. In addition, it reduces blood viscosity, allowing the kidney to receive oxygen and nutrients more easily. That is why many people over 60 report noticeable improvement in urine and leg swelling when they begin drinking warm water regularly. The second drink that helps a lot for those with proteinuria is horsetail tea prepared lightly, not concentrated. Horsetail is a plant known for centuries for its ability to support kidney function. But what matters for those over 60 is how it acts in the body. It helps the kidney eliminate excess fluids without forcing the organ and, at the same time, provides essential minerals that the body needs to maintain filtration balance. One of these is organic silicon, a mineral rare in the modern diet, but extremely important for the health of kidney tissue. The silicon present in horsetail strengthens the structure of kidney cells and helps this natural filter function more steadily again. It is as if it helps tighten the junctions between cells, reducing the unnecessary passage of proteins into the urine. In addition, Horsetail contains antioxidants that reduce internal inflammation, one of the main causes of proteinuria in older adults, especially those with high blood pressure or diabetes. There are studies showing that horsetail extract improves kidney microcirculation and contributes to the recovery of mild inflammatory processes. This is extremely valuable for older adults because silent inflammatory processes are one of the main reasons for loss of kidney function over the years. The third drink that really helps reduce proteinuria is barley water prepared lightly. It is little known today, but for decades it was recommended by doctors to protect the kidneys, improve filtration, and strengthen the bodies of older people. And there is a very clear reason for this. Barley releases a type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which has a direct effect on reducing kidney inflammation and improving blood flow through the small vessels inside the kidneys. After 60, these vessels become more sensitive, stiffer, and less efficient, especially in people with high blood pressure or high blood sugar. Barley water, when prepared gently, helps reduce this rigidity of the microvessels, allowing blood to reach the kidney without as much pressure. This reduces protein loss in the urine because the kidney stops working under stress and returns to filtering in a more delicate and stable way. In addition, this drink provides small amounts of B-complex vitamins, which play an essential role in cellular energy. When the kidney receives adequate nutrients, it functions with less wear, protecting the entire structure that keeps proteins in the blood and prevents them from leaking into the urine. A benefit that few people know is that barley water helps improve lymphatic flow, which reduces swelling in the legs and feet. Now that you know the drinks that help the kidneys and truly make a difference in reducing proteinuria, it is important to understand the other side of the situation. There are drinks that silently damage the kidney every day, even when a person believes they are making harmless choices. That is why it is essential to know what these drinks are, not to create fear, but to allow you to be aware and make choices that truly protect your health. The first drink you should avoid as much as possible if you have proteinuria, and this is the most common of all, soft drinks, even those considered sugar-free. Many people believe that because they have no sugar, they are less harmful. But for the kidneys, this is not true. Soft drinks, whether traditional or diet versions, carry substances that directly irritate kidney tissue and increase pressure inside the glomeruli, which are the small structures responsible for filtering blood. Traditional soft drinks have a dangerous combination of simple sugar with concentrated fructose. This type of sugar is processed almost entirely by the liver, and when the liver is overloaded, it increases the production of inflammatory substances that reach the kidneys. This process inflames the glomeruli and facilitates the passage of protein into the urine, worsening But the problem does not stop there. When the blood becomes more inflammatory, renal circulation worsens and the kidney works in constant alert mode, becoming even more sensitive. Diet soft drinks cause another type of damage. They contain artificial sweeteners that can alter the intestinal microbiota and affect communication between the gut and the kidneys. This changes the way the body controls electrolytes and fluids, increasing renal pressure. For a healthy kidney, this is already not good. For a sensitive kidney after 60, this is a real risk. In addition, many of these sweeteners cause small insulin spikes, even without containing sugar, and high insulin also harms the kidneys, facilitating protein loss. That is why, if you have proteinuria, high blood pressure, diabetes, or any sign of loss of strength in the legs, soft drinks should be one of the first beverages to leave your routine. They do not just get in the way, they truly worsen the condition. The second drink you should avoid if you have proteinuria is very strong coffee or coffee consumed in excess throughout the day. The problem is not coffee itself, but how it affects the kidneys when the body is already more sensitive. After 60, caffeine remains longer in the bloodstream, increases pressure inside the renal vessels, and makes the kidney work faster than it should. For those already losing protein in the urine, this acceleration puts even more strain on the renal filter, increasing the risk of inflammation and worsening protein leakage. Another point is that strong coffee causes temporary vasoconstriction, meaning it narrows blood vessels. This reduces blood flow to the kidney and alters filtration stability. When blood arrives with reduced flow and irregular pressure, the kidney responds by becoming more porous, further facilitating the loss of protein into the urine. And for those who already have high blood pressure, which is very common in people with proteinuria, this effect is even more harmful. For those who like coffee, it is not necessary to cut it out completely. But if you already have proteinuria, or signs of kidney fragility, the ideal is to make the coffee weaker, reduce the number of cups, and always accompany it with water. Small changes prevent major damage. The third drink you should avoid if you have proteinuria is very strong black tea, especially when consumed every day. It seems harmless because it is just a tea, but for the kidneys, it works in a very similar way to coffee. With one additional detail, black tea contains tannins and oxalates in amounts that can irritate kidney tissue and further increase the passage of proteins into the urine. This is especially problematic for those over 60, because at this age, the kidney is more sensitive to pressure variations and substances that hinder filtration. Strong black tea raises pressure inside the small vessels that supply the kidneys, and this internal pressure, when repeated daily, makes the glomerulus, the kidney's natural filter, more vulnerable, and start to let proteins escape that should remain in the blood. It is exactly this repeated microstress that worsens proteinuria over time. Many people think they are making a lighter choice by switching from coffee to black tea, but when it comes to the kidneys, this is not always true. If you like tea, you do not need to cut everything out. The secret is to replace strong black tea with mild versions such as fennel, chamomile, or mint, which hydrate without overloading the kidneys. These small swaps make a huge difference for those who want to protect kidney filtration and regain energy throughout the day. The way you drink throughout the day is just as important as what you drink. After 60, the body absorbs liquids differently, and the kidneys become more sensitive to any excess or lack. The ideal is not to drink large amounts at once, but to keep the body constantly hydrated with small sips throughout the day. This avoids overloading the kidneys, keeps the blood lighter to filter, and reduces protein loss in the urine. The rule is simple. Drink before you feel thirsty, because when thirst appears, the kidney is already suffering. Another important point is timing. Many older adults go the entire morning without drinking anything and try to make up for it in the afternoon or evening, but this is a common mistake. The kidneys function better when you hydrate early, right after waking up. A glass of warm water in the morning already reduces kidney stress, helps cleanse the system, and prepares the body for the day. Throughout the morning, a few more small sips keep filtration stable. In the afternoon, it is important to continue hydrating, but without exaggeration close to nighttime, to avoid waking up several times to urinate. And always listen to your body. If you notice very foamy urine, swelling in the legs, unexplained tiredness, or fluctuating blood pressure, this may be a sign that your kidneys are asking for more care. Adjusting the right drinks is one of the simplest and most effective steps to improve these symptoms and give your body the chance to regain stability. Everything starts with this simple but powerful adjustment. And I would like to know, of the drinks we talked about today, which one do you consume most often, and which one do you plan to change from now on? Leave it in the comments. Your experience can help other people who are also fighting to protect their kidneys and regain strength.